The Fox City Score Chapter and WHBY are pleased to bring you Biz Talk. Join Pat Lowney and Terry Pinch as they talk to entrepreneurs and professionals who share their experiences, from starting to sustaining growth. Learn the skills needed for your business to be successful and get interactive by calling 281-1150. If you missed anything, you can catch the Biz Talk podcast at biztalkwithscore.com. And now, from the Myron Construction Studio, it's Biz Talk on WHBY.
Good morning and welcome to Biz Talk. I'm Pat Lowney.
And I'm Terry Pinch. And Pat, our listeners are going to be experiencing ice cream cravings like they've never had by the end of this episode.
And very good ice cream cravings. So we're very happy this morning. We have Kelley from Kelley Custom Creamery near Fond du Lac with us. Hi, Karen.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming in. So I've been down to your store, and you've got terrific ice cream, and we want to talk about that this morning. You're a dairy farmer. Your family is in the dairy farming business, and you branched out a few years ago and started your ice cream store. And why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, some background of how long you've been farming and how you got into the ice cream business?
Well, I'm actually a city girl, married to a dairy farmer. Although my experience with dairy farming started when I was born, because my grandparents and aunt and uncle all were farmers in northern Wisconsin. So when I was in first grade, I really said I wanted to marry a dairy farmer. I really liked that way of life, just being outdoors and being with the animals. So that was important to me. I did marry a dairy farmer. I've been married for 34 years. We're just south of Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. And our dairy farm is a smaller dairy farm in today's standards, 65 cows. We have 200 acres, and we rent another 100. I've always wanted to do something on the dairy farm just to bring the public, to educate them, because right now we're at least 2 generations removed from the farm for people to really understand where their food comes from. So it was something that was always in the back of my mind. I did go to school for marketing at Marine Park many years ago. And I used those skills when I was on the farm, but really wanted to start using those skills more into a value-added business if possible. So that was something that I looked into by going to many different conferences that were out there in Wisconsin about adding value to your milk. And we decided to go that direction of adding value to our milk because we are in an area that has very large farms and land comes at a premium. And to continue to grow our farm, we didn't know if it was in the best interest for us to do that. And we decided to look into the value added to see if that was something that might work for us. And we looked into it and did a lot of research and development and attended a lot of different things for over a 4-year period. And then we finally decided to move forward and build our building and open up the Kelley Country Creamery.
Okay, so when you were doing that research over the course of 4 years, can you give us like some of the things that you did? Did you put a business plan together?
Yes, I started out, like I said, taking different seminars that were going on across the state. There was one in Oshkosh that was called Dairy 101, and I happened to go to it for the day. And it was looking at different things, and I had thought about milk and cheese and butter and things like that, but I kept coming back to ice cream. And ice cream was always a special treat for me when I was growing up and for my husband and his family. We'd maybe go for a Sunday drive, and then you'd stop and get an ice cream before you went home. So it was something that was always near and dear to me, and it was something that brought families together. And I think that's something that's really a hard thing in society today. And I zeroed in on the ice cream because it's a happy food, it's enjoyed by people of all ages, and it really brings people together.
And there seems to be kind of a bit of a wave, I think, if that's the right word, with the artisanal cheeses and things that people are looking for those value-added options in dairy versus just producing and then selling it to a producer or a milk plant or something like that.
Yeah, I think that's really true. Today's consumer has very much changed compared to what it was many years ago. And I think as a business owner, you really have to look at that to see where the consumer's at and what they're looking for. And I think that the value added or the local food movement is a very important movement that needs to be looked at And when you're starting your business or designing a product, you really need to keep those factors in mind of getting that quality out there. And we have the high quality milk on our farm to produce our ice cream. So that's really important. And what can you do to actually set yourself apart from other businesses and other products that are out in the marketplace?
One of the interesting things that we see going on right now in agriculture as a whole is the issues and really devastation that's happening across the dairy industry. And we've seen that, and before the show you mentioned 700 dairy farms had closed last year. Was that part of your thinking 10, 15 years ago as you were looking at the business, that you had to diversify to bring in some new income, or did that just kind of work out that way?
I think that was kind of in the back of my mind, knowing that to stay just dairy farming as your sole provider maybe wouldn't always make it all the time, and maybe during the year you might have to do different things in order to help bring some more income into the business. And I think by showcasing the excellent milk that you have into another product was something that I really wanted to do to help people understand that milk produces and can be made into so many other things that you can purchase. And I think that was a factor in when us deciding to use the milk from our farm to actually start a value-added business.
Do you use milk from other farmers as well, or is it entirely from your farm?
The milk itself is just from our farm. We do have to add some cream to our ice cream mix, because what people don't understand is that milk is 96.5% fat-free, but we cannot advertise it that way. So when you go to the store and you buy the 1%, that's 99% fat-free. And I think what people don't understand, there isn't that much fat in there, so you would have to have an enormous amount of milk to get the cream that we need to make the ice cream. And it works well. We work with a local business that does bottling milk and things, so that they have the extra cream that we can use to make our ice cream.
You talked about the good quality milk. There is a difference in milk, right? If people pasture versus not and things like that, there is a difference in milk that's produced, right?
As a dairy farmer, yes, I can say that is true. We can tell when our cows go out on pasture that there's a different taste to the milk. As for consumers, I'm not sure if everybody would be able to taste that difference or not. But I definitely do when ours go out that first time and they're running around on that pasture. I know the milk is going to change.
And you see that in the stores now. There's a lot more advertising of pastured or grass-fed meat versus non-pastured meat. And many people believe that has a better flavor, too.
Yes, it is. And for some people, one way works better for them, and for others, the other way works better for them. And a lot of it has to do with the marbling in the meat. And when you have the marbling in the meat, so you might look like you have a little more fat on the meat, that's actually what gives the meat flavor. And everybody wants everything lean, but then they say it's kind of tough and it doesn't have the flavor. Well, you need to have a little bit of that in there in order to give the flavor that you need.
We were talking a little bit before the show, and I was saying that I've reached a point in my life where I would rather have better quality and eat less of it than, eat more and have to sacrifice because I'm going to eat fat-free or something like that. And that seems to be a choice that other people are making now, too, is saying, I want to go back.
I think that's really true. And I think that's maybe where the dairy industry maybe lost some focus to a certain degree, as Wisconsin was the dairy state and we wanted to produce, but along the way, not that we left the consumer out, but I don't think we kept in mind the change in the consumer. The millennial generation is very different than when I grew up, and their needs and wants for food products are very different, and they're willing to pay for it. They want quality. They want to know where their food comes from. So I think everything seems to come full circle, so now we're going full circle back again to really go to the grassroots of why we're doing what we're doing. And that's exactly what consumers are looking for right now.
Okay, so you've gone and done all this research, and you know you wanted to do value add. And head in two directions. First one in this segment, I want to talk a little bit about, so you want to make ice cream. How do you become good at making ice cream before you start up?
Making ice cream started actually in our kitchen at home. My son and I, we bought some little freezers that you can buy at the store and tried experimenting with some recipes that I came up with. But from there, I went down to UW-Madison, and they offer an ice cream making course where they have an ice cream mix for you, but they have all kinds of ingredients. So if you want to use canned strawberries, fresh strawberries, or all different kinds of cocos to make chocolate, and just tons of different kinds of vanillas that you can work with, it's a great opportunity to take the time and go down there and learn the process of making ice cream. And yes, it does cost money to take these courses, but when you come up with an idea and you have a desire to start a business and doing something, it is so important to take the time, and yes, it will cost you money, but take those courses to see if you're even going to like it, if it's something that you want to do into the future, or if it's something that's just a hobby for you before you invest a lot of money to start a business. And those courses down there are great. I also took another one in the Babcock Dairy, where you started with raw milk and actually formulated your mix and what ingredients you wanted to go into your mix, and then followed that through the whole process to your end product. From there, I also took How to Run a Successful Ice Cream Business, and at that time it was being held at the University of Florida at Gainesville, and I took that course down there also. So you're never at a loss, even if you decide not to start a business with that type of product. Any knowledge that you gain about running a business is so important as you're building your plan on how you want to start your business.
I think that's really important. We talk as I mentor people and SCORE. Sometimes people are really focused that they want to get into this business, and we always, one of the things I tell them sometimes is go out and work for somebody that's doing that, and find out if you really want to do that before you sink all your money and things into it, and then find out a year later it may not be what you want to do. So I think doing that research and finding out if this is where you really want to go is really good advice.
I think that is very, very important. Don't try to put the cart in front of the horse when you're thinking about starting a business. Take your time to do your homework. So many people get so excited and they want that open within 6 months. Well, within 6 months, I don't think you could have done a lot of homework to get it done. Just getting the building ready could take you 6 months. But the actual running of the business and managing the business is something you need to take more time at. So I did work at Dairy Queen. I did work at a few other little concession stands and things like that through my younger years. And I really enjoyed those types of things, and it helped me to grow as a person and to understand those businesses. But another thing, too, is to make sure that you really take the time to visit businesses that are doing the same thing that you're interested in doing. And those types of things might be in another state, because people that are going to be your competition that are near you probably aren't going to be willing to speak to you. So by going out of your comfort zone and into an area that you might not know about can be so helpful, and it'll start building your network. So as you start your business, you have those contacts that'll help you with problems that you're going to encounter.
Great. We're talking to Karen Kelley this morning from Kelley Country Creamery, and if you'd like to join in the conversation, you can give us a call at 281-1150 or toll free at 866-887-1150. You're listening to Biz Talk and WHBY, and we'll be right back.
I am attorney Sarah DeBruin, owner of Legal Business Edge, and I want you to know your options. Your legal business concerns are important to me. Legal Business Edge delivers value by working as a partner with you, our client, to help you understand your legal options. Focusing just on business law, we take the time to get to know your business and develop a legal strategy that will help you reach your business goals. Whether it involves intellectual property, contracts, negotiating for your rights, buying or selling a business, or organizing your business structure, Legal Business Edge gives you the creative legal options you need.
Sarah DeBruin provided our company solutions that saved us time and money, as the quality of her guidance and diligence provided creative solutions unparalleled by other attorneys.
Know your options. Call Legal Business Edge at 920-851-7761 or visit LegalBusinessEdge.com.
Do you believe your business can generate more in profits, be more efficient, and grow successfully? At Priora, our vision is applying financial literacy. Yours. You are searching for a method to truly understand and manage the cash flow of your company. You know you should have a better working knowledge of your cash flow. The Priora Business System is an excellent template for the motivated business owner to successfully achieve profitability and growth. Visit PrioraCFM.com for more information or call Tony at 920-450-2840.
I used to dread getting up and going to work.
I was done with the corporate grind.
I was tired of being a starving artist.
And I started looking around for a business that I believed in, and I kind of wanted to do something a little more green.
My SCORE mentor helped me take the first step.
He helped me create a business plan and helped me implement it.
They've really taught me how to think big.
SCORE helped me to make the unimaginable possible, all for free. I'm here because of SCORE.
I'm here because of SCORE.
Get your free business mentor at SCORE.org.
At Alberts and Haling CPAs, your success is our success. We can clarify any tax situation and help your business take the steps in managing it confidently. We offer services from startup to sell-off, including payroll, bookkeeping, accounting, and more. Visit albertshaling.com today. Alberts and Haling. Personal connections, positive results. Securities and advisory services offered through Woodbury Financial Services, Inc., member FINRA SIPC. Tax and accounting services offered through Alberts and Haling CPAs, which is not affiliated with Woodbury Financial.
Are you a business owner looking to purchase real estate or equipment? Did you know there's a program out there that any bank or credit union can offer to help you make it happen with as little as 10% down and long-term fixed rates under 5%? It's called the SBA 504 program, and it has been working for small businesses for over 35 years. So next time you are talking to your banker about real estate or equipment financing, make sure you ask them for the SBA 504 option, because knowing all of your options is good business. Learn more about the SBA 504 program at WBD.org.
Welcome back. We're glad you joined us this morning. Our guest is Karen Kelley from Kelley Country Creamery, and we're talking about great ice cream and what goes into that. And before we get back to the conversation with Karen, I'd like to talk a little bit about the Fox City SCORE chapter. Our chapter is located in Appleton, and we have offices in Appleton, Oshkosh, and Fond du Lac, and we serve an 8-county area around those 3 cities. We have about 50 volunteer mentors, each of them an expert in their field. We offer entrepreneurs no-cost and confidential mentoring. We have expertise in areas such as IT, social media, marketing, cash flow, accounting, strategic planning, workflow, HR, retail, best practices, and many other specialties. In order to register for a no-cost and confidential mentoring session and or to learn more about the Fox City SCORE chapter, visit our website at foxcities.score.org. You can learn more about how the SCORE chapter can assist you in starting and or growing your business. When visiting our website at foxcities.score.org, you can complete an online application for a no-cost confidential mentoring session. Simply complete the online form and submit it to SCORE. Within a few days, the SCORE mentor will be contacting you to set up a meeting. Remember, SCORE is no cost and offers experts who can offer you assistance in many different areas of your business. To get started, simply visit our website at foxcities.score.org. And we're always looking for new mentors. If you have a background in an area that you think you could help somebody else, we'd love to hear from you. So go out to the foxcities.score.org website, click on the volunteer button, and fill out the short application, and we'll have somebody get back to you in a short time.
We'd been talking earlier, when Pat said a number of times, talked about how great your ice cream is. Well, I want to talk a little bit about that whole quality side, but it's easy for us to say it's good, but it's the ratings and the reviews you get from other people. So we want to just make you brag for a little bit first. I want to talk about, you mentioned Good Morning America. You talked about some expo awards. Can you help put in context how good your ice cream is by some of these awards you've won?
Well, thank you very much. Our ice cream, we decided to do, it's a hard hand-dipped ice cream, where Wisconsin is very famous for its custard and its soft-serve ice creams. I wanted to bring back the true original hard hand-dipped ice cream. And so we started with that product, but we only wanted to put in quality ingredients. We get awards for our quality milk from Sartori Cheese, where the rest of our milk goes when we're not making ice cream. So when we start with that quality milk, we wanted to factor in excellent ingredients. And some of those ingredients come from Wisconsin, but some of them come from all over the United States. And that's very important to us, that our product is a premium product and that it's unique from everybody else's product that is out there. And from having that product, sometimes we're asked to enter different competitions, whether it be the World Dairy Expo, the Los Angeles International Dairy Competition, different places like that, where we do send our ice cream, samples of it for them to critique. And these are critiqued by expert ice cream people. And it's not only because you'd like to win an award, but you want to see the results that come back on how they viewed the ice cream. How did they like the texture, the mouthfeel, the creaminess of it, all those different types of things, along with the flavor of it. So that helps you as a person in producing ice cream to make your ice cream even better, to change things if need be. But that is really, really important. And recently we entered the Los Angeles International Dairy Competition, and we received 8 gold medals and 2 silver medals. So that was exciting for us, but it's also great for the feedback that we get. Also, when we started our business on May 10th, 2013, May 13th, 2010, we were also asked to enter the World Dairy Expo that year, and I didn't want to because of the fact that we had just started our business and we were very new to it and still refining our recipes. Well, we decided to enter, and we ended up winning first place for Karen's Crazy Cake and second place for Leo's Butter Pecan, which were our top sellers that first year that we were open. So that was very exciting for us because you're competing with companies that have been in business for many, many years. So we really enjoyed that an awful lot, and since then we also did win a couple first place and a second place at the World Dairy Expo a couple years ago. But from there, in 2013, I received a phone call from a lady. I didn't answer the phone. My bookkeeper did, and I was on my way to meet the electrician at EAA because we're also up there with the booth. And she motioned to me that it was Good Morning America, the ABC studios in New York City. And I said, what? And she said, yeah. So I took the phone call, and it was the producer for the show, and said that they had asked viewers to send in fun things to do in summer, and they've got so many requests for ice cream that they decided to interview all the ice cream shops and pick the best ice cream in America. And that's what she was doing by calling me. And it was a wonderful conversation, and she asked if we could ship ice cream. We said yes. And from there, we hung up, and she said, well, if we do choose you, would you be able to appear on the show? And we said, oh, sure. But I thought it was a great opportunity, but I didn't think any more of it until the next day. It was my 52nd birthday, I believe, and the phone call came in and said that they chose us for Best Ice Cream in America and had flavors of ice cream that they wanted shipped. It had to be there on Friday morning at 10 o'clock, gave us their FedEx number, and said, can you please be to the studios on Monday morning in New York City? I have to say I still am in shock over it. It's one of those phone calls that you never get in a lifetime. It was a wonderful experience. They said they would only let 2 family members appear on the show, but as a family we decided that everybody was still going to go. They picked us up in a big van limo at the airport. They only did pay for 2 people to appear on the show and for 1 hotel room, but we all still went, and they picked us up there. They met us out on the street in Times Square and took us into the studios and had us come to the show. They were still building everything. We learned an awful lot about TV there. And they took us down to the set and said because we brought everybody, they decided that everybody could be on the show. And it was a wonderful experience. They had eaten all the ice cream except 1 flavor when the show started. So that was a lot of fun. They were great to us. We had a lot of fun taking pictures and enjoying the company with them. And I think one of the things that just struck us so funny is you see that show and you see people walking on the carpet to appear down on the street there, but you never visualize yourself actually being that person with all these people cheering for you and taking pictures. So it was a whirlwind of an experience, but it was something that we'll never forget.
That's a great story. So we're going to take another break. You're listening to Biz Talk on WHBY.
Yes. Are you feeling less than confident in your personal or business finances? At Alberts and Haling CPAs, we work with individuals and small business owners to simplify finances and help maximize profits. From asset protection to tax planning and more, we'll guide you through a financial plan. Visit albertshaling.com today. Alberts and Haling, personal connections, positive results. Securities and advisory services offered through Woodbury Financial Services, Inc., member FINRA SIPC. Tax and accounting services offered through Alberts and Haling CPAs, which is not affiliated with Woodbury Financial.
Hi, this is Matt Wilcock. I've been helping businesses in this area for over 20 years as a business banker and now as a vice president with WBD, your business finance resource. WBD is a nonprofit company that partners with local lending institutions to offer the SBA 504 loan program. If you are looking to buy commercial real estate or equipment, want to lower your down payment and get a 20-year fixed rate under 5%, be sure to ask your banker to show you the 504 option. And don't worry, at WBD we speak SBA, so we will make it easy for you and your banker. For more information on the 504 program, visit WBD.org.
Welcome back to Biz Talk. I'm Pat Lowney, and I'm here with Terry Pinch, and we're talking to Karen Kelley from Kelley Country Creamery down near Fond du Lac. So, Terry, you've got an event or two that you want to talk about this morning for us, right?
Yep, there's a couple things here. First of all, we've mentioned it a couple times, but the pop-up marketplace is coming. That had to be rescheduled due to weather a couple weeks ago, but it's going to be Saturday, April 13th at the Bordini Center at Fox Valley Technical College, and it's between 10 and 4, and it's an opportunity to come and experience Wisconsin startups and small business owners who grow, make artisanal treats, eats, and products. So it's a great opportunity to experience local and really get to experience some of the things like we've talked about here today in the show with Karen. So good opportunity there. Again, that's April 13th from 10 to 4 at the Bordini Center, and that's a pop-up marketplace. The other thing I'll mention, too, we have introduced a new feature on our website. It's called Ask Score, and so we'd ask you to go out on the website, and if you have a question, just a general question you want to get answered on business, you can go out to that site, enter in your question, and we'll get back to you in a couple of days. We'll have one of our experts come in, answer some of your questions. So an opportunity, quick help on business now on the Fox City Score website.
Great. Thanks, Terry. We have a call on the line. Nancy from Brussels. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Do you have a question for Karen?
Yes. She doesn't have a mega farm, does she? What they call the mega farm?
No, I don't. I actually have a very small farm, 65 cows and about 300 acres.
Okay. How come they don't lobby to increase the price of milk and dairy products? Because up here we see articles in the newspaper where there's a lot of closings. Farms, like you said, the 700, is that in 1 year?
Yes, it is. That's in 1 year. The problem is we're running into our 5th year of low dairy prices, and I don't think the public generally knows that dairy farmers don't get to pick the price they're paid for their product. That price,
why is that?
It's the system was set up many, many years ago, and it hasn't been changed. They talk about changing it, but it's a complicated procedure, and it's something that it's different in different regions of the United States. So it takes an awful lot of work, and I don't know if anybody has taken the initiative to try to change those things. And it also goes along with supply and demand. And many people aren't drinking fluid milk anymore. Some of them have gone to plant-based products, which is not real milk.
No, almond. I know my in our family, my daughter-in-law is big on almond milk and coconut milk and all this sort of thing. But there's different nutrients in those than regular milk, correct?
The most nutrients that you're going to find is in the natural product of real milk, and that has to be produced by a mammal, which is a cow, and that's where you're going to get, if you look, at the ingredients and the nutrients in either one of them, you're still going to get the most from cow's milk, because an almond and a coconut doesn't produce milk. It's made with water.
Does that help, Nancy?
Yeah, that helps, but I think people should try to help these farmers to stay operating. We feel so bad. Like if the lady there said that there's nothing they can do so much about raising their prices, maybe we should contact our senators or our congressmen, or whoever.
I think that's a wonderful idea, and that would be very appreciated by the dairy farmers of Wisconsin.
Thanks for your program. It's very interesting.
Oh, thank you for calling.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Nancy. Have a good day.
Yeah. One of the interesting things here is that one of the reasons we wanted Karen on the show was to talk about that issue, is that she has a small farm. It's not a big farm, but even big farms are suffering today. And what Karen has been able, and her family have been able to do, is diversify and bring in another source of income, because without that, they would probably be in significant financial difficulty. So it's an opportunity to really keep the farm going.
That is very, very true. Right now, yes, the dairy industry is in a difficult position. Starting our value-added business has been beneficial both to our creamery being successful and to the dairy farm, because the creamery does have to pay the farm for the milk with a premium on it because of the quality that it does produce. But also in starting a value-added business, you need to bring, accountants and lawyers and different types of people into your business that you can count on when things arise that you do need help with, and also just to set up the business to make sure you do everything legally and follow all the procedures and have all the licenses that are needed. So we actually stayed working with the person that works with us through our dairy, and because value added is kind of a new thing, he was willing to take on that new experience and gain more knowledge of it and to help grow with us. And that's helped him with his business also. And he does an excellent job in advising us on how we need to do things financially. Also finding a good lawyer that does know the egg industry and specifically the dairy industry is very important. So they're keeping up on all the rules and regulations on how you set things up also. So it does take time, and like I said, starting a business within 6 months and have all these people lined up is I'm sure it can be done, but there's going to be a lot of things you're going to miss out on if you don't take the time to really do the research, and I can't stress that enough, and to build your network, because that network that you're going to build is going to be those people that you can give a phone call to, say, hey, I'm having a bad day, this is what happened, did you ever experience this, how can you help me out? And those phone calls are going to be so much more important than you searching that internet for hours and hours on end. That actual face-to-face conversation with that person is going to bring you so much better results than anything you're going to find on the internet.
I think those comments are really valuable. One of the things that I see mentoring people is that they've got time frames that are way too short. They want to go from the idea now to actually being in business in a month or 3 months or something, and there's just a lot of work to do in between to make sure you get it right, and taking that time really does pay off. And then finding that help, the attorney that you made a comment about finding an attorney that is versed in agriculture and in dairy, on how important that is, and it really is. All attorneys aren't versed in that, and you need to find those people that have that experience and do that and make that help you with that.
And that's something for our regular listeners, you'll hear us talk about a lot, and it's something Pat brings up all the time is we do get people coming in who really want to just dive right into it, and they don't want to get a lawyer because they don't want to pay the money, and they don't want to get an accountant because they don't want to pay the money. But Pat talks about this all the time, that importance of creating a network and of people that will work with you. And in fact, you've talked about it a little bit, but we can maybe highlight it more as part of building that business too, is I know you travel around, take a couple months every year where you're going out and learning and meeting new people. And how important is that to your business?
I think it's probably one of the most important things with our business to help keeping it grow and to staying unique that we are. Very important to find a trade organization or something that's related to the type of product or business that you're in, and attend their conventions, go to their seminars. That's where you start building your network. I belong to the National Ice Cream Retailers Association, which is a nationwide organization, very important to my business. Also, there's a Great Lakes one that I'm a part of, and I've also attended the New England Ice Cream Conference that they have out there. those types of things, by taking those classes that I took, has started building my network. And then when I go traveling, which I love to do with my husband, we stop at a lot of ice cream shops. A lot of these places, people that we've met at the conventions that we've been to, and it's so fun to just see what they're doing, to share ideas, just to give each other a hug and encourage them for the next season that they're going to make it through again. And where we get ingredients to supplies to all different kinds of things like that, they're willing to share, but they're not going to share in your own backyard. But if you are willing to take that time and investment and, finding that lawyer and different types of things, it's good to find that lawyer where you have to pay that fee one time. When you try to do everything yourself and it has to be done and then you end up paying that lawyer, it can end up costing you a lot more money.
I know you talked about the value added to your business, and in my previous career, we had those conversations too, because you get a legacy business going and it works for a long time and it maybe doesn't work quite as well as it used to, and you have to think about what else can I do here that will bring value, to give value to the customer, to want them to come in here and help supplement and keep my total income up and things. That's tough. It's not something that usually comes real easily because you're used to the legacy part of it and focusing on the legacy part of it, and you still have to do that. But to be able to then go out and say, what else can I do? It takes a lot of thought, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. It takes a lot of thought, and I have to say I was like a lot of people can be, where I just wanted to hurry up and get to the next thing so we could keep going. But I have a husband who likes to do his homework, and he kept reining me back in to say, no, I think we better check this out first or check that out first before we keep going forward. Now, the Kelley family farm has been in the family for 158 years on my husband's side of the family, so keeping that legacy going is very important to us, but at the same time, all things do come to an end. And the way the dairy economy is right now, it is a struggle, and it may be that time where that legacy and that farm family might come to an end. Starting a value-added business is a fun thing to do. It does cost money to do it, and sometimes right now it's not feasible because of how strained dairy farms are, that they have that extra revenue to begin another business. So right now, if you need to start that extra job, it might be that time that maybe you tap into working someplace that might help you to see if it's something you do want to start.
Great. So you're listening to Biz Talk on WHBY. We're going to take a break.
Manage your banking relationship. Don't be managed by it. Lenders will require a copy of your detailed business plan to evaluate the risks associated with making a loan to your business. Many companies have already benefited by using the Priora Business System to prepare their business plan and provide ongoing monitoring of their business cash flow. Priora Business provides you and your lender with the critical information needed to demonstrate your business will be able to repay the loan. Visit PrioraCFM.com or call Tony at 920-450-2840 for more information.
I believe in an idea.
I believe in community.
I believe in entrepreneurship.
Small businesses, I believe,
help weave people and communities together.
I believe in the American dream.
What's even better than dreams is making a dream come true.
SCORE is a nonprofit organization where we provide free business consulting services to people who want to start a business or already in business.
I believe one person can make a difference.
I am that person.
I am that person.
I am a SCORE mentor.
I am a SCORE volunteer.
What do you believe in?
Do you have a gift to share?
Small business owners need you.
To show them, to give them ideas, to encourage them.
I do what I do because watching other people succeed gives me great joy.
Our client success is our success.
It's like watching your children or grandchildren succeed.
Share your success.
Volunteer your expertise. You've got it. Share it.
Volunteer now at SCORE.org.
Volunteer your expertise
at SCORE.org.
From ordinary tax concerns to extraordinary tax situations, let Alberts and Haling CPAs help you through tax planning, business consulting from startup to sell-off, and more. We specialize in creating financial management plans for your business. Visit albertshaling.com today. Alberts and Haling, personal connections, positive results. Securities and advisory services offered through Woodbury Financial Services, Inc., member FINRA SIPC. Tax and accounting services offered through Alberts and Haling CPAs, which is not affiliated with Woodbury Financial.
like to thank our sponsors who help us bring Biz Talk to you each weekend. We couldn't do it without them, and we appreciate their generous support. They're Fox Communities Credit Union, Albertson Hailing CPAs, Legal Business Edge, Prior Cash Flow Management, and we'd also like to thank the Business News, which helps us with a lot of different things promoting this program. So, Karen, before we end this morning, we've been talking a lot about your business and your great ice cream and things. How do people find out for themselves?
Well, the Kelley Country Creamery is located south of Fond du Lac, right off of I-41. It's about 6 miles south. It's exit 92, and it's the Eden Oakfield exit because there's nothing at that exit. We do have our little logo on the attraction sign that the state puts up, so that is on the exit also. And when you get off the exit, if you're going south here from Appleton, you would go left or east towards Eden, and we're about 1.25 miles down the road on the left-hand side. It's a red building with white trim, and we just opened on March 1st, and we're open Wednesday through Sunday from 11 to 8. Beginning May 1st through September 30th, we're open 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. So we really encourage people to come out and try our terrific ice cream. We have over 350 flavors to choose from. Some of those are seasonal, and you can find them all at our website, which is Kelley, Kelley, countrycreamery.com. And you can bring all of our flavors up there, and there should be a picture of them, too, and it'll tell you what's inside of them.
You also do a type of thing for weddings. I know I saw on your website cupcakes seem to be a real popular thing versus a wedding cake now, the last few weddings that I've been to and things. And you do something like that, too, with ice cream, right?
Yes, we do. We do individual ice cream desserts for weddings and events. And we have 3-tiered mini wedding cake, which we brought a mold back with us. My daughter and I went to Italy to a world's largest ice cream gelato show. We also have mini waffle bowls. We have ice cream in a mason jar. And we have our called diamond drops. They're in the shape of a diamond, a scoop of ice cream. And we also have our chocolate marbled tulip cups, which is a Belgium chocolate, which are also edible. And you'll also find that on our website, also under the weddings tab.
Did I see on the ice cream in a mason jar? Those are something that maybe corporate could use too for something that they wanted to use. I thought it was a really unique idea.
It is, and a lot of weddings have gone to the wedding barns and more of the rustic themes. So a lot of them really like the mason jars for those types of events also.
And you've got some great artists, and you said they're your daughters, right?
Yes, I do. We're very fortunate. My husband and I have 5 children, 4 daughters and a son, and our son is on the farm with my husband. And I have 3 of the 4 daughters work at the ice cream shop, and 2 of the 3 are very artistic, and they do all the designing for us with a lot of the cakes and the desserts that we do.
So are you still adding flavors to your ice creams?
Of course, we're just a little crazy on that aspect of it, and we're always changing things up. Our flavor of the month right now is Coconut Crunch, which is coconut ice cream with a caramel swirl and Nestle Crunch bars. And our cookie of the month is our macadamia nut cookie. So we make all of our own cookies. We have a commercial kitchen, so we bake all of our own cookies, cakes, frostings that go into the ice cream, and we make all of our own novelties. They're all homemade, too. Our drumsticks are to die for and are probably triple the size of what you'd find in the grocery store.
I was telling you earlier my experience, how I became familiar with you, was a neighbor had bought some butter pecan ice cream, and you mentioned that earlier. I think you got an award on that and things. And I was so knocked over by this stuff. I asked her where she got it from because it tasted great, and she told me and explained to me where you were, which I didn't know of you before that either. And I've been a visitor since, as I go down. My mother-in-law lives down by Kewaskum, and run down that way and maybe to Milwaukee and things. And it's a very easy place to get to, very easy on and off the highway, and a great little store with a great view. Looking down on your farm and things like that. It's just really a beautiful place.
Can people come and see the creamery?
Yes, they can. Like I told you the hours before, and you're welcome to come in down the hallway there in the back. There's some viewing area where you can actually watch the ice cream being made. And that's kind of fun for people to see all the different things that go into it and how many 3-gallon tubs of ice cream we make in a day.
So we'd like to thank you for coming in this morning. It's been wonderful, a great story, and we wish the best for all the dairy farmers that are out there. It's a very tough business, and you can't imagine, think about this for other people that you don't have no control over your pricing. You just have to make it go with whatever happens, and that's a really tough place to be. But good for you for thinking about the value added and doing the hard work and everything to make it work, and we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you for having me. I've enjoyed it.
And go out and visit the Creamery.
Take care. We're done.